This time on another YouTube tribute, I'm gonna be doing a tribute to Coopercastille, who I completely watched videos since July of last year. Now, Coopercastille did some LEGO projects, involving Toy Story and sometimes his own by using some of the music that he found from the Sonic games. I'm gonna get to his Sonic reviews later, but for right now, I need to discuss what he's been doing in his earlier times on YouTube. Now, he did mostly stop motion stuff, which is kind of interesting to see because there are some of his videos made to 1 million views because of his efforts of making stop motion. He doesn't do that anymore, but who knows, maybe he could, whether he is completely burned out of making reviews, which I don't think it will ever happen because he's going to be reviewing Sonic games again. Now, let's get into the part that people usually know about this guy. Before he did reviews in 2018 or so, he actually did Coopercastille, which Cooper's Perspective, which is basically his series of reviews. And another thing is that they're really long videos. Me personally, I kind of like those style reviews because you can easily express all of your thoughts about what the video game you're playing and what you feel about anything else. Sure, there are some complaints which I'll get to later, but I think that his videos about Cooper's Perspective is really an interesting concept, to the point that I think that lengthy videos, even if they take forever, can make a great analysis on the entire game. But then let's get into 2018, because in 2018, when he decided to make his reviews of Sonic games and other games, he really can't stand Cooper. He really doesn't want to make long reviews anymore because they're really difficult for him to easily see them like they used to. Because he made a top 10 worst perspectives that I'm gonna get to later, discussing that he made so many mistakes during his videos of his perspectives on the video games. Now, even though I'm kind of disappointed that he's not going to be able to do any Cooper's Perspectives, because I think they're probably the best part from his YouTube channel and probably one of the major reasons why he got so many subscribers, I still think that his lengthy reviews is a good analysis on what he looks at. I mean, I don't have a problem with his reviews. I think that he's just trying to be like some Call Me Johnny, when he's just trying to be very calm so he doesn't have to cause so much trouble. Because if you remember, some Call Me Johnny did the ratings before he completely dropped that in 2002, 2012. I got a feeling that Cooper is just trying to do the same thing. Now, let's get into some of his Sonic reviews, because that's basically one of the main things that he's been doing during the Sonic Marathon. Because back in 2016 through 2017, he's been doing the Sonic Marathon for about 1 year. Well, mainly because he had a schedule and it was completely screwed up because of his Sonic 06 review. Now, to be quite honest, I think that his marathon of the Sonic games is really interesting, considering the fact that he's a really close Sonic fan, kind of like some Call Me Johnny. But when he got to the newer games, mainly Sonic Colors, that's when it's starting to get really downhill, especially that he completely rants about the voice actors. Yeah, almost all of his videos involving the Sonic games is usually, perspectives is usually around the voice actors. I think he's just trying to express his opinions about what he really likes better, like Ryan Drummond, but at the same time, I just found that completely unnecessary. Besides, it's a really huge nitpick. The thing is, I really didn't mind about the voice actors changing whatsoever. I mean, it really confused me once I started playing Sonic Colors, since as of now, they still have the same voice cast, but I really didn't have an issue about the voice cast whatsoever in this. I'm just letting everyone know that I have nothing against it. And besides, I think that I'm mentioning this just because the voice acting is probably one of the major reasons why people get turn off from his videos. I just think that it's probably starting to get really repetitive, and every time he completely mentions them, it's usually the same thing he says before, which is kind of me saying the same thing in my Coopercastille Ghost reviews when I talk about 2 Twilights. But at the same time, I think that this is way more reasonable because in his Lost Worlds perspective, he completely say that Sega should go on out of business and Nintendo should own the Sonic Team group, Sonic Team developers. Mainly because it's mainly for story and voice acting. This is what he sees in the newer Sonic games because he really didn't like the new writers. Granted, I can understand where he's coming from, but that's way too harsh. I mean, sure, it is kind of disappointing to say that we're never going to see Sonic games like Sonic Unleashed again, but who knows, maybe there's always a future for Sonic games, and hopefully we might be able to get some kind of new and similar ideals from Sonic 06 if we can. Speaking of Sonic 06, despite his review on Sonic 06 being 2 hours, it was one of the main reasons why I wanted Sonic Unleashed when I got Sonic Unleashed from November. Mainly because I really didn't own the next-gen systems. I only have the PS2 version, and just watching him giving a great analysis on the entire game really proves to me that this game deserves to be really appreciated. Anyway, now let's get into the top 10 worst Koopa's perspectives. Now he released this last month and he completely discussed about the problems that he had in those perspectives. Now I will admit, he really didn't want to do the same thing again, mainly in the Sonic Generations review. But at the same time, I can just see him easily just trying to move on and do some different things, like making so many re-reviews on Sonic games, and he didn't do that yet, but he's about to do that soon. I mean, he only did Sonic Advance, and he's probably going to do the other Sonic games in the future. And he's going to say that he's going to do a 2-part review, like one about the story and one about the gameplay. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we'll just see. My point is that number 1 on his top worst perspectives is Sonic Generations, because his review on Sonic Generations is probably the worst out of them all. I mean, I can respect some of his opinions in Sonic Colors, but in Generations, they were way too hard, and he's just scraping the bottom of the barrel to make Sonic Unleashed the better game. Then again, I really think that he probably was trying way too hard to hate the game. I mean, the ways they gave to Sonic Heroes, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Lost Worlds is all a 6.5 out of 10. He completely worships Sonic Heroes, and he completely appreciates Sonic Lost World a little, but Sonic Generations was a really negative review. And I really think that ways like these, it just shows that Cooper's perspective is pretty much passed away in 2017. I mean, it's good that he's doing reviews, but at this point, I really think that seeing the stuff that he did in this video just proves to me that he wants to move on. Speaking of which, I'm going to do something similar to just like his top 10 worst Cooper's perspectives, but instead of talking about worst, I'm going to talk about outdated. Mainly because after watching the Coopercastille Spring Breakdown, I think that watching this video gave me inspiration of what I should discuss about my older videos, since that most of my current subscribers didn't watch my current videos. But then again, if you have the chance to watch them, then go right ahead. But anyway, my point is that I think that Coopercastille is probably one of the most underrated Sonic reviewers. He has 10,000 subscribers right now, and he's continuing to get some more as of now. Besides, I think if it wasn't without his Cooper's perspectives, he will probably be just like every other average Sonic YouTuber, where he completely just tries to make his reviews and people will just get confused by it. But at the same time, I think that his perspectives are one of the biggest reasons onto why his YouTube channel has grown. And he really did a lot of good jokes, mainly the Tails doll. Well, we were supposed to have sympathy for Tails doll, but at the same time we're supposed to ignore him. That's probably one of the best parts that he did in his Sonic Marathon. Now, I really don't expect a lot from this guy. I mean, at the same time, he's doing other things, mainly making Sonic reviews right now, and probably doing other things like mainly doing live streams, but at the same time, I think that he's probably going to have a good future on YouTube, and I'm really looking forward to see his revisits on the Sonic games. I don't have any, I don't expect him to do anything that I want him to see him do, considering the fact that he's still new at the time. But if you really want to know way more about him, then I recommend watching his top 10 worst Koopa's perspectives, because that's pretty much one of the main focuses that he wants everyone to see, since that he's doing reviews. Show he doesn't mind people enjoying his videos mainly from perspectives, but at the same time, after watching this Sonic Generations review, he really wants to move on. So, Coopercastille, if you're watching this, good luck on trying to making new videos and such. I really hope that you do some way more improvements than your Koopa's perspectives. I'm Lonely Fanboy Boy here, and I'll see you next time.